John, how are you? It looks like we're another fall season wrapping up, and it's banquet night.
It sure is, Rich. This is the highlight, or one of the three highlights of the school athletic season when we have our annual awards banquet at the end of each season. We had a very good fall season. Our boys soccer team went all the way to the semifinals in Class M before losing to eventual champion and three-time champion Suffield. We had 2 all-state athletes in the fall, 19 all-conference athletes, and I believe 54 of our athletes made the all-CC, all-academic team for fall sports. To make that, you have to have an 88 or better overall average on the first quarter report card, as well as be a varsity letter winner.
That's a terrific stat, which means you probably got a lot of kids going to college next year, which is a
definitely do.
Sign of a great program. So
listen, right out, we're going to have dinner, and then we'll take the folks into our auditorium for the awards. Okay, we're running a little bit late, so as soon as we're settled down, we can start this part of the program. Can you guys upstairs dim these lights a little bit? Or the side lights that are pointing to me? Thank you. Probably need a little, can you guys see all right? We need a little more light out there, or are you good? Good? Don't fall asleep on me now. Or some of you probably already have. If you guys are going to sit in the front row, you have to behave yourselves. If you're going to make fun of me, you got to go to bed. All right, again, welcome. This is a magnificent turnout for our fall banquet. Our fall banquet always seems to be the largest, but this is, you guys have outdone yourselves tonight, so give yourselves a hand. And we cannot go any further without thanking our Athletic Backers Club for putting on this wonderful dinner and this entire banquet. They do a tremendous job all year, and they really did a magnificent job tonight. Before we go any further, I would like to call on one or both of the co-presidents of the Athletic Backers, Gary Bowling and Mary Kuchar.
Thank you, John. On behalf of the Plainville High School Athletic Backers, I'd like to thank you all for coming this evening and help us celebrate and honor our fall sports student athletes. And to you student athletes, congratulations on all your accomplishments. I know it's not everyone, so I won't ask them to stand up, but I want to quickly introduce some of the backers. Our Vice President is Kathy Casaneri. Our Secretary is Mary Ann Delano. Treasurer is Holly Martino. And two women, we couldn't do anything here without literally. I call them the CEO, the CFO, and COO of the concessions operation. It's Holly Boulder and Sue Verona. And there's a host of other people on the back that we wanted to congratulate all of them this weekend. The Backers is a volunteer group. We're not a profit. We pretty much consist of parents of current, former, and or future student athletes at high school. That's not a requirement, but anyone can join the Backers. And our purpose is to support, honor, and recognize your student athletes. Work with your coaches, work with Mr. Zach, and contribute towards things you may need to help you look and play your best. How do we do that? By raising funds. We raise funds by having some fundraising events throughout the year. We just had one recently, the wine tasting, so those of you who came and contributed, I thank you for that. Another way we raise funds is the generous donations of many of you. So if you haven't yet and you're feeling philanthropic, please seek out Holly Martino. You can be a gold, silver, or bronze level sponsor of the Backers. Every penny we raise goes right back into the student athletes. With that money, we put on the senior banquets, the sports banquets like we have here today, the senior one in June, and in that, correct me if I'm wrong, we gave out something like $9,600, almost $10,000 for the scholarship money? $1,600 scholarship last year at the senior sports banquet. That's what we're doing with the funds that we raise. So I thank you for all of your support, and I'm going to turn the floor over to Nick.
Okay, now I get to harass some of the adults, which they may be falling in deaf ears, but if I could get 5 people. Our next meeting is on January 7th, which is a Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. And I don't believe there's any conflicts with any sporting events that night. That being said, we're running concessions that have gone through the fall, all through the winter, we do them in the spring. If you would consider just coming to our meeting, you could go to the PlainvilleAthletics.com website. We have a tab on there, Plainville Athletic Backers. If you could just come and run one concession, believe me, we all love being here, but like there's some people like Holly Bolger, who's around Holly's youngest, I think graduated 6 years ago. And she loves kids, so she keeps doing it. But if we could get somebody, like 5 people that would say, we'll come to a meeting, we'll help you, that would be awesome. So please, January 7th, that's a Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, or go to the Plainville Athletics website, and we do have a tab on there. You can contact me, Gary. I'm sure you guys know a lot of us, and we love to have you. Thanks.
Thank you, Mary and Gary. Okay, next I'd like to call upon our fearless leader, our principal, Mr. Stephen LePage.
Thank you, Mr. Zanik. It's great to be here. Thank you for inviting me. This is hard to believe it's my 4th year for seniors here. I came in the same time you did, so it's nice to see 4 years of evolution of Plainville High School athletics. And I'm proud to be a part of it, very proud to be a principal, and proud of all of our student athletes. It's great to watch you compete on the field, the court, wherever it may be, and to learn the lessons that are learned for athletics, not just the competitive side, and winning and losing, but the teamwork, the camaraderie, the collaboration, the bonds you make with friends, the things you won't forget when you graduate. I still look back at high school years, and I always have fond memories of those memories on the football field or on the track, and the weight room, whatever it may be. And you don't do the same when you're old and losing your hair like me. So seniors, congratulations. If this is your last season in an athletic event as Blue Devil, remember that you're always going to be a Blue Devil, so think back with fond memories on your season. Underclassmen, continue to work hard in the off-season. Hopefully you're participating in another sport or working toward the same sport. But keep working toward your goals. Set goals now and work with them so when next season comes around, you will be ready. So that said, coaches, I know you're spread throughout the room, but congratulations on a job well done. Our kids depend on you to teach them and to bring them together as a team representing Plainville High School, and I really respect what you do. It's not an easy job as a former coach for a short time. Extremely difficult work, a lot of pressure. So great job, coaches. I can't go without saying thank you, Mr. Zadig. This will be his last fall banquet ceremony. Mr. Zadig had announced his retirement this year, as most of you already know. And he works extremely hard for a part-timer. He's here hundreds of hours. So thank you, Mr. Zadig, for all you do for our students. Finally, thank you to the athletic backers once again. It's a very uncommon organization to have such a powerful athletic backing organization. For a town this size, you do a terrific job. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. LePage. I appreciate all of your remarks except for the one about not having any hair. But that went a long time ago, so I kind of forgot about it. Okay, next I have to thank the lady who calls herself TRAD, T-R-A-D, which stands for the real athletic director, and that would be none other than Marty Matthews. For those of you that don't know, I know that most of you do, Mrs. Matthews, among many other things, she gets all the regular certificates printed, and then when it comes time to selecting the all-academic team for each season, she has to go through all the grades from the first report card for every varsity letter winner in that sport in whatever particular season it is. And that's a very difficult job, and it takes her a long time to do that. And she has to actually figure out all the grades for, again, all the varsity letter winners, and make a list of those that qualified. And to qualify, you have to have an 88 or higher average on your first quarter report card. So she did all that, and she did a great job. And then we posted the list, I believe on Monday, and gave the kids an opportunity to check the list if they thought that their name should be on there. And we actually added at least 6 athletes. So I hope that you took the opportunity that you had. We'll still give you a certificate if you discover tomorrow or next week that you should have gotten one, but unfortunately you won't be recognized tonight. Okay, we're quickly going to, is anybody still up there? Can we get the lights on the audience, because we're going to introduce the teams and have them stand up. So if we could turn on the house lights for a moment or two. Maybe not. Okay. Well, do the best you can. There we go. Let's start with cross-country coach Berard. Stand up. All the seniors on the boys and girls going cross-country team, take a bow, seniors. And all of the other runners on cross-country. There we go. Okay, thank you. The fall cheerleading squad, led by Coach Karate. Coach Karate. Seniors, senior cheerleaders, and the rest of the squad. Thank you for the great work of our football teams this fall. Speaking of football, Coach Farrell. Coach Gingras. All the senior football players. Stay standing. And all the underclassmen on the football team. Next we have the girls swim team and Coach Zagorski. Senior swimmers, and underclassmen. Volleyball, Coach Johnson could not be here with us tonight, but we have Coach Caponegro. Seniors on the volleyball team. And the underclassmen volleyball players. Thank you. Girls soccer, Coach Rolla and Coach Rashad. I should say Coach Lushik and Coach Lee. Seniors on the girls soccer team. And the underclassmen. Just as well. And boys soccer, Coach Brown and Coach Bowling. Seniors on our team. Seniors. And the rest of the squad. Okay, now I would like all of our fall sports seniors to please stand and get one final big round of applause. Awesome job. We're really going to miss you. Thank you very much. Okay, next we're going to present and call up our all-academic Central Connecticut Conference athletes. I'm very proud to say that we don't have a lot of sports at Plainville High School, and I don't know what the percentage of kids that made all-academic is, but I know that it's way above average. We have a total of 54 athletes that made all-academic, and they're going to be called up right now. Okay. I need a volunteer to help us to the page with the, could one person come up, maybe one of you girls come up and hand out the pins? The lady's got to be on the first one, but that's okay. We have tremendous numbers in a lot of these sports. We're going to start with girls soccer. I'll call up 3 or 4 at a time. And then you guys can go up on the stage on either side and just form a line up there until everybody is up there. Girls soccer, Danielle Angelillo, Cheryl Rosenblade, Danielle Dixon, and Shay Eccles. Sarah Grossi, Juliana Christie, Michelle Granger, and Stephanie Martino. Natalie Zachikowski, Melissa Lux, and Laura Tanner. That is 11 members of the girls soccer team made all-academic. Boys cross country, Omar Appleson, Josh Hausman, Jordan Nicholson. Gabriel Yowen and Jared Romancue. Girls cross country, Nikki Ann Duncan, Justice King. Delaney Russell and Madison Ware. Boys soccer, Alex Baywall, Nick Bendiciano, Cody Charneski, Hunter Lennon. Andrew Rotier, Julius Brown, Dan Cosentini. Quentin Lutz and Brent Sarah. Fall cheerleading, Lauren Casey, Jenna Aarons, Catherine Boyd, Nina Catanzaro. Amy Couch, Courtney Goodall, Nicole Lumbo, and Karen May. Girls swimming. Morgan Lacombe, Ashley Walker, and Sydney McGuff. Okay, volleyball. Who also have, I believe, 11 that made all academic. Sarah Merkley, Alicia Gorski, April Lemansky, Marissa Rizzo. And double up. And start a second row if you need to. Michelle Thibodeau, Sarah Thompson, Sarah Appelsane, and Emily Duda. Amelia Filipkowski, Martha Boltremiachuk, and Brianna Legassi. In football, Tyler Acey, Dexter Fancy, and Jonathan Lindgren. Is that a good looking group or what? Okay, next, I'd like to ask our fall head coaches to come up and stand on my right so that they can introduce and congratulate the all-conference selections. Let's give them a nice round of applause. Okay. We have a total of 19 athletes who made all Central Connecticut Conference in their fall sport, and we also have 2 all-state athletes. And all those announcements will be made now. When I call your name, or when your coach calls your name, please come down, get your certificate, go to your left, shake hands with all these fine coaches, go up the stairs and take your place on the stage, please. We're going to start with cross country, Coach Ferrari.
We had 2 all-conference athletes this year. To get all-conference for cross-country, they use a point system based on your finish in every single regular season race that's in conference. They tally those points, that's half of it, and the other half comes from one race at the end of the season, the conference championship race. You get points if you finish in the top 14 as an individual in the conference. They tally up those points. This runner, despite having back pain for the last race and fearing that she wouldn't even get to start, she got so many points in the regular season, it probably wouldn't have even mattered if she did start. She had an outstanding year. She ran over the summer preparing, and she improved a few minutes from last year as the Delaney Russell. The other athlete improved about a minute and a half from last year. I know going into, at the end of last year, he finished his last race very well, and that carried him through the winter. He wanted to get off conference this season, and so he worked all last winter running anywhere from 30 to 40 miles a week, and then during the track season he was running about 40 miles, and he continued that over the summer. Now to break that down, you're running about 6, 7, 8 miles a day every day. When the season started, he said, I think I might be able to win the conference, and I kind of laughed at him because I had done some summer workouts with some guys from Middletown, and they appeared to be faster than him at that moment. However, we started working. Some of you that were at some of the football games this year might have noticed that I know I was running with him. After we get back from meets, every single race that we ran this year, he ran at least 3 miles after everybody else had gone home. Sometimes that included doing interval workouts, which if you're unfamiliar with that, you go on, I remember doing one, you ran a mile in 5:40, took a 1-minute break, and then again, and did 4 of those. That was after his race, which he had won. It wasn't as a punishment. He ended up going the regular season undefeated in the Central Connecticut Conference, and also at all the other runners in the CCC South. Then at the state meet, he did nothing but worry the whole week or 2 weeks or season leading up to the state meet. He wanted to qualify for the state open. To qualify for the state open, you have to be a top 12 runner in Class M. That's every single team sends the top runners, so you have to be top 12. Every all-state, you have to be top 8. He finished 7th, so he is also an all-state athlete. And he not only gets a certificate, but he also gets this very nice winter hat that he can use to run over the winter. So Omar, come out and get your certificate.
Next, we'll call on our girls swim coach, Chris Zaborski.
The girls this season swam phenomenally. The way CCC does all conference for swimming, she finished in the top 2 at our CCC championship meet at the end of the season. We were lucky enough to have 4 girls this year meet my qualification. The first girl is someone who's been working really hard in the past year on the 500, which for those of you who are familiar with the sport is the longest event that we have. It's 20 laps in the pool. And she ended up dropping close to 20 seconds this year alone, only as a sophomore. I think she has a very strong chance of setting a record for the school by the time she's a senior. And I know that's her goal as well. So the first one I'd like to recognize is the other riders. The next swimmer who qualified all conference is another sophomore. This swimmer was one of my most consistent swimmers for the first part of the season. She had some injury issues towards the end, but she still persevered and swam very well at states. At the CCC conference meet, she came in first in the 100 backstroke, and I'm excited to have her back next year, sitting it up. Next, we have a swimmer who is also coming back next year. She played a key role in one of probably, in my opinion, one of the hardest events you can do is swimming against a 200 IM. She's swimming almost every meet between that and breaststroke, and she did a phenomenal job, finally dropping 5 seconds by the time she got to the state at the end of the season. So next swimmer I'd like to recognize is Nicole Basil. Last swimmer I'd like to recognize is one of my captains. She was by far one of the most successful swimmers we had this year. She ended up at the state meet actually medaling in the 50 freestyle. To medal at the state meet, she finished in the top 6. And she came into that meet and probably swam the best that she won all season. She swam the same events every single meet pretty much. She was a sprinter. She swam fast, and I really am going to miss her time, miss her leadership. So, Megan Farmer.
Thanks, Coach. Go ahead, Mike. Okay, moving right along. Football, Coach Farrell.
We were fortunate with the football team this year to have 6 all-conference athletes. The way it works in football is you sit down with all the coaches in the conference, you nominate players, and then it's about 3 hours of debating stats and all that. So we were very fortunate to get 6 athletes. We had a couple other athletes that were nominated that were just as deserving, but it was very close this year. These 6 athletes did an excellent job for us this year. If you came Friday nights and watched these guys, all 6 are well more than worthy of this honor. The first one, sophomore, looking forward to heading back the next 2 years, John Lingman. This next athlete is a senior. We really wish he came out 3 years before this. Like I said, if you're there at football games on Friday night, he's a special athlete. He came out and played for us this year, wide receiver and defensive back, Eric Fisher. started out the season on offensive running back, and we had some injuries in the offensive line. We shuffled around and put him in the offensive line. He didn't even, skip a beat. He became one of the best offensive linemen we've had. But I can't even tell you how much, it meant to the team. He stepped up and filled that void for us. Greg Dunlap. The next football player in the Mid-Out Conference, senior, without a doubt, the strongest young man that we've had in the football program since I've taken over, 2010. And we started the 1100 Pound Club in 2007, and he now holds the record up there. His work ethic should be copied by every athlete in this auditorium. He works extremely hard to get himself better. Fought through injuries this year, didn't miss a game. He was at practice every day, pushing his teammates. He was a great captain, Jake Stefanski. Next football player, another captain for us. Did an excellent job at fullback. Fought through some injuries this year as well. One of the toughest kids we have defensively. Led the team in tackles. Every coach in the conference, knew who this kid was, and they game planned to make sure they ran the ball the opposite way from him because he was a tough kid last year. He's the second year of the all-conference team, RJ Gross. Our last player, another captain. Our captain's did an excellent job for us this year. They led us, on the field, also, off the field. Did a great job with these guys in practice, getting ready. This guy did a lot for us. We saw him kick extra points. He played quarterback, played middle linebacker. He was second in the team in tackles. Did a lot for us. He will be missed next year. Jeff Zigman. The All-State for football has not been released yet. Those ballots go out to coaches this week. We all vote, and then those will be going in. So we're hoping that we can get a couple players in the All-State team as well. It is very tough to get out there, so if we can get a player in there, it would be great. But we definitely have some players that deserve. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Now we have girls soccer, Coach Lesher.
This year, coaches in the conference, they select 2 other players in the old conference team. First of them, I think everybody remember who watched the games. She scored a very important goal for us, and this goal brings us to postseason. Stephanie Martin. Our second player, she played second minute, almost of the second minute in the preseason and during the season. Scored goals during the season, and many assists. I named her entry in our team, Daniel Angelino.
I'd be remiss if I didn't also mention that Miss Angelillo was the unanimous most valuable player on our Powerpuff game last Sunday night. The cheerleaders did a pretty good job too, must have been. Okay, last but not least, our probably most successful team this past fall. They went all the way to the state Class M semifinals for the second time in the last 3 years. Boys soccer, Coach Tim Ryan.
Thank you. First of all, thank you, administration. Thank you, Mr. Zamnick, and congratulations to everybody else. Once again, we did have a very successful year. One we were hoping for. Unfortunately, our efforts prior to our season were realized. These kids work for 10 months out of the year as a unit. Not me there all the time, obviously, I'm doing a lot for that. But involvement on Coach Walden's part and mine, weight room, playing at FSA, playing indoors, just playing a ton of soccer, and all with the single goal of being successful at this time of year. And I couldn't be prouder. I know it's a cliche, I know everyone says they're proud of the kids, but these kids have the passion that's required to get the kind of results that they deserve. And I'm very fortunate to coach these guys and see these guys day in and day out. First recipient is Quentin Lutz. I would say this, Quentin's probably got the silkiest moves on the field that I've seen. This second young man, quite a gift to the Plainville program. What he achieved is something that I don't know that's ever been achieved. I did a little research into seeing how many freshmen this year in the CCC made all conference. And out of 550 soccer players, there was only one. And that's our own Juan Torres. One also broke the freshman scoring record this year. I'm sure there's a lot more goals to those feet. Well done. A goalkeeper who's not here tonight, I believe. 3-year player, did an absolutely terrific job for us. Was the anchor back there, kept us in many matches when we needed him, and I thought it was very well. This young man, one of the captains, 4-year starter. I watched this kid play and train in my very early years. He was a very young kid, perhaps, 7, 8, 9. Always on one end of the field. We'd sneak in into the occasional practice. Sorry, John. But we'd sneak into the occasional practice, give him a little bit of a run, and he was just a natural. All the gifts, all the effort, all the intensity that you hope for, and to watch him blossom, watch him grow as a player, it's just been a wonderful thing to be part of. This year I asked him to play many spots on the field, in spite of maybe not getting the notoriety because some of them were more defensive in roles, and typically you don't get the kind of accolades as a defender. But he did what he had to do, and he was one of the major reasons that our success was what it was, and that's Andrew Roger. Our last, fifth, also a captain, 4-year starter. The way he plays is just a joy to watch. I think the thing that best describes him is just he's got 2 speeds, Shane. He's on full out or he's stopped. There's nothing in between. He's intense. He doesn't know how to lose, he refuses to lose, and that bleeds through the team. And what he brings on the field and the leadership he brings off it is just invaluable. And it's an extreme upset that he's going to leave this program, because as a captain, watching him intermingle with the younger guys, there's no difference between a freshman and a senior to Shane. It's not about his own personal benefits. what accolades he gets. It's the team comes first. And we're very lucky to have a kid like him, and like his brother before him. I'm very proud of the course from both. Shane Louise. Shane also received All-State Award. And, that'll be for thank you all.
This is the most all-conference athletes we've had in the fall season as far back as I can remember. So let's give them a great round of applause. Okay, just a few more things. I explained about the all-academic. For any athlete who receives a second letter in this fall sport tonight, which means in the form of a pin, you got a letter the first year, and then if you letter after that, we give you a pin. So if you got a letter last year and you're getting a pin tonight, for the first time in any sport, you will be getting a, you can come to my office and get yourself a nice hooded sweatshirt. Until I run out, which won't take very long, but I promise I'll have it for you as soon as possible. I have about a dozen of them on hand in a variety of sizes. Okay? Those are free. That's your reward for hard work. Okay, also, we also have numerals for the year that you're going to graduate, the last two numbers.